and good evening. This is Doc Severson for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA newsletter market update for Monday, the 13th of January. This is going to be a short report, just a couple of things to append to yesterday's longer report. Okay, we have a consolidation up here, as we talked about, and that can be good. It doesn't have to be good. We had the same thing happen back here, where the same thing happened. You know, we came off of this move and we consolidated, and everybody was hoping that it was heading up, and it instead went the opposite way to inflict the greatest amount of pain on the herd possible. Okay, so where are we sitting right now? On low volume. So that's not a great thing. It would be a much better thing if we had massive volume exploding off the bottom. But if that were the case, we would have gotten through that trend line, first of all. So it's just a binary decision. It's either going to break higher or it's going to break lower from here. When might something like that happen? Well, let's add the CHOP index, and it's not quite ready yet. So if we count back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We will start to remove some of these big green candles in a couple of days. There's about 2 hours left in today's session. Not a bad candle, a little bit constructive. It's more of an inside day. And it's got that sort of hammer shape to it, which is fine. If we pull down to the 5-hour chart, we can see that this is almost an ascending triangle pattern. An ascending triangle pattern is one where we have essentially equal highs, but we have a series of higher lows, and eventually that pressure just bursts through the top of this. So that's almost what we have, but not quite. So we'll keep an eye on this one. We should get some movement in the next couple of days or so. Bitcoin SV looks like we have a fork coming up here. And there's a couple of other coins that are relatively positive. One is Zcash is starting to look at the volume here. That makes a difference. We're starting to get the swell of volume, which is good. Now, if we pull this back to the weekly chart, we can see that this is fairly premature, but this is the kind of base that I like to see from something, right? The volume is really good. The base is building up. That is actually looking good. That's one of the best altcoins that I've seen recently. And then we got this huge spike, which is completely messing up the pattern for Dash. Okay, so let's look at Dash. And this one also in the weekly chart is just getting out of the gutter. On the daily chart, it looks super, right? This is what looks super, but let's get some perspective. Look at the weekly chart. It's still in a primary downtrend, but look at the volume. The volume is there. So there's a couple of early tells, I think, on some of these. Let's look at the swing trades that we have that we're watching. A lot of these are just kind of consolidating and nothing much going on. So yet another day in crypto where we're in between moves, but we know that they're going to be moving fairly soon. Especially keep an eye on BTC. It's right up against that pattern. It's going to take some volume to break it from there. Weekly chart says I've got enough energy. We're getting a nice hook to the upside. This is based on the momentum off the bottom, off of that inverted head and shoulders. Everything is starting to perk up a little bit. So it really comes down to what's going to happen in the next week or so. Are we going to break higher from here? If we do, it's going to be on big volume. Big volume is the key towards everything. That's it for tonight's report, folks. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.